Welcome to the Installing Sage Peachtree on a Standalone Computer Anytime Learning topic. This topic provides an overview of the procedures and steps used to install a single-user copy of Sage Peachtree on a standalone computer system. After completing this Anytime Learning topic, you will be able to prepare your system for a successful Sage Peachtree installation, install a single-user copy of Sage Peachtree on a standalone computer, and then register and update the program after Sage Peachtree has been installed. During this topic, we will be installing a single-user copy of Sage Peachtree Accounting. Note that if you plan to run Sage Peachtree on your computer, yet store your Peachtree company data on another workstation or server for backup purposes, this topic is not for you. Instead, you should first view the Installing Sage Peachtree on a Server Anytime Learning topic, and then view the Installing Sage Peachtree on a Workstation topic. During the demonstration, Peachtree will be installed on a computer system running Microsoft Windows 7. However, the steps outlined here can also be used to install Sage Peachtree on other supported versions of Microsoft Windows, such as XP and Vista. Before installing Sage Peachtree, it's always a good idea to prepare your system for the installation. To learn tips that will help ensure a successful installation of Sage Peachtree, it is recommended that you view the pre-installation checklist Anytime Learning topic before you install the program. The pre-installation topic will show you how to compare your system with the system requirements found on the side of Sage Peachtree's box, show you how to verify that you have local administrator login rights, which is a must for any installation of Sage Peachtree on any Microsoft Windows computer. You will learn how to configure your antivirus and firewall software so that they do not interfere with Peachtree's installation and functionality, and more. To begin the installation, insert your Sage Peachtree installation disk into your CD or DVD drive. Peachtree's Auto Run window will automatically display. If the Auto Run window does not display automatically, you can manually run it by opening Windows Explorer, opening your drive contents, and then double-clicking on the Auto Run application file found in the main directory of Sage Peachtree's installation disk. On the Auto Run window, click once on the Install Peachtree Accounting hyperlink. If you are using Windows 7 or Windows Vista, a user account control prompt may appear, asking for elevated installation privileges. Always click Yes to this prompt. The Peachtree installation wizard will start. This installation wizard will guide you step by step through the installation process. Let's click Next on the Welcome page to start the installation. On the License Agreement page, read the license agreement, and then select the I agree option to proceed, and then click Next. At this point, you may receive a message stating that Windows Firewall has been detected. All firewall programs running on the computer must allow Sage Peachtree and its helper programs to run without restriction. Otherwise, Peachtree will not function as designed. Always click Yes to this message. Doing so will instruct the Peachtree setup program to automatically configure the Windows Firewall to allow Peachtree files to run properly. Depending on your system, the setup program may also detect additional non-Microsoft firewalls running. Note that unlike the built-in Windows Firewall, the Peachtree installation program cannot configure other firewalls. It is for this reason that you should follow the steps outlined on this prompt to turn on the firewall's alert system. With alerts turned on, your firewall program will prompt you the first time network-aware programs are executed on your system. When you receive firewall alerts during the installation, you must select to allow or unblock Sage Peachtree and Pervasive files as they are being run for the first time. You can click on the Internet link on the window to find walkthroughs on setting alerts for many popular firewall programs. The installation wizard will then search for previous versions of Sage Peachtree installed on the system. Because this is a brand new installation, it will not find one. Now a serial number prompt will appear, prompting you to enter the serial number that is found on the back of the installation disk's case. Let's enter the serial number and click Next. On the next window, we must select whether or not we are installing Peachtree only on this computer or if we plan to share the Peachtree company data on a network. We're installing a standalone single-user version of Sage Peachtree, so we will leave Yes selected and click Next. Next, we will define the location where the Sage Peachtree program files will be installed. This location must be a local hard disk installed on this computer. It cannot be a mapped network drive or a removable media drive, such as a USB flash drive. Let's leave the program path set to its default location and click Next. Earlier, we told the installation process that the company data will be stored on this machine. Now we have to define the exact location that we would like the company data to be stored. This folder will contain your Peachtree Company Data folder, as well as sample companies and Peachtree files that are designed to be shared between companies, such as tax table and report files. This folder is often referred to as Sage Peachtree's data path. By default, the data path is stored inside a folder named Company. We'll leave the data path set to its default location and click Next. We have finished configuring how we want Peachtree to be installed on the system, and a summary window appears summarizing our selections. If necessary, we can click the Back button to correct any mistakes we may see here. We also have the opportunity to include a Peachtree icon on the system's desktop and in the Quick Launch area of the taskbar. These are always recommended. Let's click Install to begin the actual copying and setup process. A Setup Status window will appear, detailing the progress of the installation. It will be during this portion of the installation that you may be prompted by your firewall to allow or unblock one or more of the files listed on this window. Again, always allow these files to run unrestricted. In addition to Sage Peachtree, programs installed at this time include the Pervasive Database Engine, which is used to manage your database, as well as Sage Advisor and integration services. Once the installation is complete, a final window will appear. We will uncheck the Start Peachtree Accounting option and then click Finish to complete the installation process. Back on the Windows desktop, we now see 4 new icons. The Peachtree icon will start the Sage Peachtree program. The Peachtree Automatic Backup icon allows you to configure automatic backups for your company data. The Peachtree Knowledge Center icon links you to Peachtree.com's extensive online help. And a Business Checks and Forms icon provides direct access to many business forms, such as pre-printed invoices and checks that can be purchased and used in Sage Peachtree. The Sage Peachtree program and the automatic backup can also be accessed by selecting them from a new folder added to the Start menu. Let's open Sage Peachtree. As you open the program, you may receive additional firewall alert prompts. Always select Allow or Unblock to these prompts. Although we are finished with the actual installation, there are a couple of additional steps that we should take immediately after Sage Peachtree is installed. First, we should register the program. To register Sage Peachtree, select Help from the menu bar, and then Peachtree Registration. The serial number entered during the installation process will already be entered at the serial number field. Under the serial number field, enter the registration number that you received at the registration number field. Next, enter your Sage Customer ID at the Customer ID field. And if someone recommended Sage Peachtree to you, enter their ID as well. You can look up their ID by clicking the Where Do I Find My Recommender's ID link. Click OK, and Sage Peachtree will now be registered. If you subscribe to a Sage Peachtree payroll solution, you should register it as well. Select Help again, and then Tax Service Registration. In the Register Tax Service window, enter the tax registration number given to you when you purchased the tax service, and click OK. A prompt will appear informing you that you are now registered to use your Sage payroll solution in Sage Peachtree. Let's click OK. After registering Peachtree, you should then check for updates. Updates include Sage Peachtree Service Release updates and Peachtree Tax Service updates that may have been released since the pressing of the installation disk. To download and install the latest updates, select Services from the menu bar, and then Check for Updates. Click the Check button and follow any steps that the program provides. If updates are available, you will be walked through a series of steps that will include downloading program and tax service updates, and then walking through the update wizards that will appear after the downloads are complete and you have exited the program. In this demonstration, there are currently no updates available, so we can click OK to the prompt and begin using Sage Peachtree. So as you have seen, installing Sage Peachtree is really a simple process. If you prepare your system properly and make sure that you register your product and download updates after Peachtree is installed, you can have Sage Peachtree up and running in no time. You have successfully completed this Anytime Learning topic. You have learned how to prepare your system for a successful Sage Peachtree installation, install a single-user copy of Sage Peachtree on a standalone computer, and then register and update the program after Sage Peachtree has been installed. Thank you for taking this Anytime Learning topic. For information on additional training options available, visit us at sageu.com.